This won't let her hold her arm straight up, but it doesn't really keep it from... Oh my god, look at that. Okay people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Tonight I'm looking at the Funko's Magic the Gathering Liliana Vess. I believe that's what that says. Liliana Vess. This one's a little bit easier. It's no Ajani. Gentle Giant logo. I forgot to point that out last time. That's pretty cool. Trash. Right off the bat, I'm going to say for a female figure, I'm digging it. I like it. Look, check that out. She stands. Ooh, easily. Take that, Marvel Legends. Nice balance, nice joints. Everything works in its favor to just have her stand up. Let's see if I can get action. See, man, how hard is that? Come on. I'm gonna say, again, I have the same problem with her as I do with a Johnny Goldmane, the Lion Dude. And again, it's just personal preference. Man, there's a lot going on with this figure. Just everything hanging off of it. After I fiddled with her for a minute, I was thinking I tore something off here because this started coming up and flopping around, but it's supposed to be that way. She has just stuff everywhere, and it doesn't hinder. Well, most of it doesn't hinder. I have a little problem with this holding her left leg back. This won't let her hold her arm straight up, but it doesn't really keep it from... Oh my god, look at that. What did I do? That's a surprise. Oh, cool. Okay. So she goes back together. Whew. I was sweating there for a second. That was the first time that happened. And it went back on securely. I guess I just got crazy, pulled too hard. Don't grab her waist and try to move her arm up, apparently, because I wasn't having a problem like that a minute ago. But you can get about 90 degrees up with this shawl type thing, or whatever, this mini cape over her shoulder, which is pegged in just one place. Otherwise, yeah, see, it's just on there, just on this strap thing she has running all over the place, back around to the top of her top. Otherwise, the sculpting is all fantastic. Everything is a nice, pliable, plastic, rubber type. Even her hair. You would think, just looking at it, her hair would keep her from being able to turn her head, but you can get her head around to side looks and poses, not really up, which, you know, understandable. What? It did it again. Okay, maybe since I popped it loose, did I actually break it? It doesn't look like there was a peg. Maybe there was. I thought I heard a snap when I stuck it back on there. But it does stay together. I mean, it's just when I get crazy. Well, now I can't get it apart. There we go. Interesting that there's not a... Maybe it did break? But she stays together, so... That's kind of cool, being able to see what's going on in that joint, actually. Educational. it's a pin with a ball with some clearance around it. And that just goes up into the upper torso. I like taking my figures apart anyway, so that kind of works in my favor. Like I was saying, her head, you can still look, she can look down, not really up, but she can still turn side to side. Because the hair's not soft as the clothes, but still. Now, like the other figure I have in this line so far, I just have Lion, Mr. Goldmane, if you're nasty, the Lion guy, and paint, especially compared to the prototype. And here's a picture of that. Now, you can tell, definitely tell the difference between prototype paint and factory paint. It's not terrible. I like the eyes. I like it a lot better than some of the Hasbro stuff I've been seeing. Lips are good. The eyebrows are nice and even, and you know, they look good. Can't complain there. The paints are in the right spot. It's just, you know, when it comes down to the actual shading of all the tattoos, and you know, they're not as subtle as they could be, like in the prototype. In fact, the tattoos have are a bit sculpted into the skin, so it's not going to be just an easy cleanup if you want to, you know, use this for customs. It's in her face too. You can kind of see that it's indented into the skin. So not going to be easy custom fodder, even though, man, she reminds me of Polaris so much. I think it's mostly, you know, the headdress and the hair, the way the hair falls, and a good female figure that I would like for Polaris. But it doesn't look like it's going to be an easy custom. Articulation wise, she has, you know, ball neck, hinge and swivel shoulder. Again, it's kind of hindered only because this strap top piece of rubber that goes up and over kind of twists with it, but she can get up with this arm anyway. She's not going to get up with this arm only because of all the other stuff going on here. And if you didn't like this, probably you could snip that peg right there and she would have just the same kind of strap on that side. There's bicep swivel, single hinge elbow, hinge and swivel wrist, kind of a ball torso. We've seen that a lot. She can get good side to side. Back a lot, not so much forward. She has a hinge and swivel hip. Forward. Back, not so much. She has a sculpted butt. Thigh swivel. Double hinged knees. Hinged ankles. And then rocker action going on with the pin going up into the foot forward. Actually, it's a kind of a ball going forward. Man, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on here. Because I can shift her foot forward and back. So it's a pin with a ball, but the ball is going forward into the foot. So you can get rotation and some forward and back. Now she does have the sculpted leg armor that comes down to on the sides of the foot, so you're not going to get crazy. But there is some action there. Now, her left leg, like I said, is a little hindered by... It's not stiff, but the way it's sculpted, it doesn't really want to go forward or back. So it's kind of hindered there. Her strap thing comes all the way back and attaches to her belt here. But it doesn't really keep her from getting her arm up. It's just nice and soft. Same thing on this side. Huh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. I can't fault that coming apart like that. I mean, I don't know if it was made to be that way. If I broke the peg at the top, if there was a mushroom shape at the top that actually kept it from... Because I swear I felt a pop the first time I popped it back in. But Engineering flaw, maybe. Plastic quality, maybe. Robo getting too crazy with his toy when everything was going on, probably. It probably makes it things, but I mean, it's not affecting her posing, so I can't. I mean, she stands. I'm I'm very happy. This being a female figure, hell, this being a male figure, I'd still be happy, but it's not a male figure. Boobs. I recommend her. If you're picking her up for custom fodder, it's going to be a lot of work. You're going to be covering a lot of tattoo marks. If you're picking her up for, Magic the Gathering, perfect. Get her. If you're picking her up for just a generic medieval witch type character, now I'm thinking maybe Morgan Le Fay, but, generic witch type figure, go for it. She works good. Even her skirt thing here in this shoulder cape has a kind of a, where it's, I don't know if it's called, it melted, where it's tattered, it's got like a sculpting type situation going on there. I'm not quite sure. Man, she just stands. Now, here she is compared to, standard Hasbro, smallish, medium body. She's a little tall, but not terrible, Man, I wish she was a clean body. That would be awesome. And here she is next to a Johnny Goldmane. Line, guys, bigger than she is. Works for me. So I'd like to thank Radar Toys for sending this out for a review. I appreciate it, guys. If you like the review, comment, like, subscribe. Hit us up on, Facebook, Google+. And I'll see you on the Fwoosh.